Hi, this is Trevor, and welcome back to our weekly tarot card challenge. I've set aside the cards that we've covered already, and you'll find those videos here on this YouTube page, as well as links to those videos and additional information about my work, about how you can book a reading with me here in person in Winnipeg, or the online component of my work over Skype. All of that information and more is on my website at trevorsense.com, and I always include the link underneath this video. Well, I'm shuffling the cards. The pile is getting bigger of the videos we've covered, so we're getting into the remaining cards. And our card of the week, I almost feel like we should have a drum roll. The Sun card. Probably one of the happiest images that we see in the major arcana of the tarot. And it includes some symbolism that is very dear to me. I think we looked at the Queen of Wands before, and she happens to have one of the symbols that ties in here, the sunflower. And there's certain elements that come up again and again. When you look at the cards comparatively, you'll say, hey, wait a minute, I've seen that in another place. Well, here's something interesting. The little figure, this joyously naked little person riding on the horse, has a very distinct hat. And you'll notice when you look comparatively that it is the very same hat worn by the Fool. And the Fool has a little white dog. Here we have this very gentle looking white horse. And the figure is waving a banner, right? There's a feeling of joy and celebration that's going on, and everything is out in the light of day. When we look at the cards again in sequence in the major arcana, there's sun, moon, star. Actually, it's the star first, then the moon, then the sun, if you're going in the Roman numeral sequence. And they are all aspects of our consciousness. The star card is that flash of insight, that sense of inspiration. You could say that's perhaps our super consciousness. The moon is where everything is seen in reflected light, so it's the unconscious coloring our perceptions of things. And the sun is the waking consciousness, what's out in the light of day. So it's generally a card that's associated with optimism and a pretty happy outlook. Now, we think of optimism as, kind of this bright, cheery kind of atmosphere. And it generally is. But to look at the sense of something being optimal, that means that there's great clarity. It doesn't necessarily mean that a situation is problem-free, but it's being looked at in the bald light of day. There's nothing kind of hidden or mysterious that's going on. We're able to look at a situation clearly. So it's kind of like a good diagnosis. Now, that doesn't mean that the diagnosis is good. It means that we're able to diagnose well. We're able to look at a situation with great clarity. And the sunflower, one of my favorite symbols. I'll let you in a little secret. I actually have it on a tattoo, right? Because to me, the sunflower is a symbol of self-honesty. What we see in others is reflected back, and what we see within ourselves is an opportunity to see those things in others. So just as sunflowers, if you watch them through the course of the day, always turn to face the sun, this is a beautiful reminder to look clearly, to look openly, to not have things hidden in the shadows. Sometimes that takes great courage. Honesty and clarity are associated with this card. Honesty, to bring things forward, to not have things hidden, to not be letting insecurities rule us, I think are pretty important things right now in the world. Here in Canada, we've had some very challenging issues that have surfaced in the last while. So keeping clarity, keeping that sense of openness, that sense of transparency, that sense of looking when difficult things surface at what they may be triggering within ourselves, but keeping things open in the light of day. That's a challenge that goes with this card. It's a beautiful reminder. It's a symbol, again, of that kind of honesty, clarity, and optimism. I encourage everyone to have a little of that light in their life today. Take care, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.